President Joe Biden returns to the White House from Delaware and heads straight to the Situation Room to confer with his national security team. The meeting comes amid fears of an all-out regional war in the Mideast, following the killings last week of a senior Hezbollah commander in Lebanon and Hamas's top political leader in Iran. White House correspondent Owen Jensen reports. Owen.
That's right, Tracy. Tonight, the U.S. preparing for a possible Iranian retaliation. Now, the Biden administration also warning today Iran should not take further action, adding that every time you have a cycle of escalation, you have the risk of parties miscalculating and taking actions that can get out of hand.
Arriving on Marine One, President Joe Biden and the First Lady head past reporters on their way back to the White House. President Biden and Vice President Kamala Harris consulting with the White House National Security Team. Iran has vowed to respond with power and decisiveness. A wider war could involve Israel and the United States against Iran and armed groups across the Middle East. And at the U.S. State Department, this assessment.
We are at a critical moment for the region, and it is important that all parties take steps over the coming days to refrain from escalation and calm tensions.
As for when Iran could strike?
So I can't speak to what may or may not happen. That is a decision for Iran to make. We have been sending consistent messages through our diplomatic engagements, encouraging people to communicate to the government of Iran that escalation is not in their interest.
Biden also speaking today with King Abdullah II of Jordan, a close Western ally. The country's foreign minister making a rare visit to Iran over the weekend.
Mittlerweile sind wir bei 2.100.
And with concerns over escalation, a government spokesman in Germany confirms that nation asked its citizens to immediately evacuate from Lebanon, fearing a wider war. Other countries issued similar warnings, leading to a backlog at the airport in Beirut.
And today I've been waiting since 10 hours for my flight. That has been delayed as well. Delayed, I'm sorry.
As the tensions rise, so does the death toll in Gaza. In Gaza City, dozens of bodies pulled from the rubble of two schools hit by Israeli strikes on Sunday. Israel's military described them as Hamas command centers. And now, nearly 10 months of war in Gaza, Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu warns that anyone who harms Israel will be held accountable and pay a very heavy price. Netanyahu spoke Sunday at a state memorial ceremony in Jerusalem.
Now, regarding that conversation with the King of Jordan, the White House says President Biden and the King discussed their efforts to de-escalate regional tensions. They're still calling for an immediate ceasefire and hostage release deal. At the White House, Owen Jensen, EWTN News Nightly.